What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of Milwaukee's compact vacuum cleaner. This is part of the M18 range. If you live in Australia, the model number is M18CV-0, and if you live in a different country, then your model number will be this one here. So let's get straight into it, guys. Let's do this. So we'll have a quick look at the box that it came in. Obviously it runs off the M18 batteries, same battery for all your other power tools on the M18 range. If we have a look at the airflow volume, 1019 litres per minute. To be honest, that means nothing to me because I don't really have a way of measuring airflow volume. As long as it has good suction, that's all I'm concerned with. Inlet diameter, 31.8 millimeters. Once again, it comes with all the attachments, so I'm not too concerned about the inlet diameter. Capacity is 1.1 litres. That's pretty good because it's about just over a quarter of a gallon. Hopefully that's the amount of content that I can fit inside the actual vacuum itself. Removable filter, and the weight is 1.95 kilos, which is about 4 pounds or so, so it's not very heavy. 5 years warranty. We've got here the high performance, so it basically says it's a best in class suction for cleanup of drywall dust, wood and metal shavings, and also large job site debris. That's the biggest key thing here for me. I've been using the Ryobi little handheld vacuum beforehand, and to be honest, that's the biggest concern that I have. It doesn't suck up the larger debris. Even the shavings get stuck in the inlet, which I'll show you guys a little bit later on. So over here, we've got a whole stack of attachments, and it's also got a trigger lock. When it comes to the attachments here, we've got a 4-foot hose, which is 121.9 centimeters. It's got 2 extensions, a crevice tool, and a floor tool. So far so good, looking pretty good. Let's open this one up and see what we've got inside. So this one here's got a retail value of $190 in Australia, and I'm sure New Zealand will be about the same price. I got this one for free, to be honest. It was part of a bonus buy with the combo kit that I've previously bought. So I bought a 4-piece combo set, and it came with this vacuum as an added bonus. So pretty happy with that because it was on my list of things that I needed to buy as well. So let's open this one up and see what we've got inside. Once again, a manual that nobody's probably going to read. We've got here the floor tool. I'll pull everything out and then I'll get into the review. So here we go. There's our vacuum cleaner. It's actually a bit bigger than I was expecting. I was imagining a smaller vacuum, which is a good thing because this is nice and convenient to be cordless and also pick up that bigger debris. So let's see what else we've got. We've got our little crevice tool. Our hose, which I'll get into in a second. I'm a bit excited about this hose. And then also our 2 extensions. So first things first, we've got here our floor tool. It's got a swivel on top. It actually swivels around fairly easily. It's got little wheels on the bottom here. So it'll be interesting to see how well this one here sucks up. Obviously it's got a bigger inlet section right here, so a lot of that larger size debris won't get stuck in there hopefully, but we'll test it out. We've got the little crevice tool. Very standard tool, but I do like how they have Milwaukee here imprinted on the top. When it comes to the hose, I really like this new style hose that everybody's coming out with. Ryobi had the same thing. You can see this one is cut on an angle, so it's nice. It's the slinky kind of material. That's the best way to describe it. It's this stretchy hose, nice and solid. We've got that steel ribbing once again, just as the Ryobi wet dry vac had. So it's got a full stretch, and then you can compact that down into a smaller size. So it'd be nice to see how long this one here holds up for. The Ryobi one has been holding up pretty well so far, to be honest. I've had no issues with it. Few people did raise some concerns about this one here overstretching and then not be able to retract, but I haven't really had that kind of issue yet. We've got our 2 little extensions, and once again it's got the Milwaukee stamped on the top there. So far so good. Let's test out this little vacuum here. So having a look at the vacuum itself, it's got a really nice solid build to this. Everything's nice and chunky, made of very heavy duty material. You can see it's all nice and solid, thick gauge plastic all the way around. I really like the way it's been built. It's got rubber coating on the bottom here, so if we do happen to drop it, it's going to absorb some of that impact. We've also got rubber coating around the handle, so it's got a nice gripping section. The trigger's nice and light, and we've also got our locking function up on top. So if we press that trigger in, lock it in place, permanent suction, undo it, back to normal. You'll notice it's a little bit top heavy at the moment. It's tilting towards the front. We haven't got the battery on here. Once we put the battery on, everything will level out and it'll be nice and level. You can see it's been cut at a 45-degree angle on the inlet over here. That means that it's ready to use as is. We don't have to use the attachments. This ergonomic cut here allows you to get in those tight corners and suck up that debris nice and easy. If we have a look at the canister down the bottom where all our debris is stored, it's got a decent amount of space inside, and we can remove that filter nice and easy, clean it up and reinstall it once again. So I like the way everything here functions so far. Nice heavy duty build. Let's put in the battery, test it out and see just how much suction we get out of this. So like I said before, this is what I had been using previously. We've got the little dust buster, or the little compact vacuum cleaner from Ryobi. This one here works okay for very, very light material. However, as you can see here, we've got little wood chips in this mix. We've got some shavings, we've got some plastic, even some leaves and stuff. So this one here really struggles, especially because the inlet is so small, everything tends to get stuck in there. So I'll show you guys a quick demonstration. We'll run this one here through, see how much of it picks up, and then we'll test out the Milwaukee and see how much difference. So you can see there, it does clean up fairly well. It did miss a fair bit of it. We've got some nails here that I couldn't pick up. And if we have a look inside, though, hopefully you guys can see, we've got some leaves and some grass stuck in there. Obviously after a while, this one here gets clogged up, especially when we do try and suck up some of these wood chips, which there's no way this would go down there. So let's test it out with our new Milwaukee and see how much difference there is. And you can see just how far out that expands that suction. We'll try to pick up that nail and some of the bigger debris. Very easy. We've even got some wood chips. I'll see if there's a couple more. We'll get the bigger size ones. We've got a little piece of drywall. We'll see if it picks all this stuff up. And you can see just how much more suction there is. So I've also noticed that the Milwaukee is a little bit quieter than the Ryobi. I'll turn on both of them and you can hear the Ryobi overpowers it in terms of how much noise it brings out. You can see just how much more noisier the Ryobi one is. You can also see here it's got a clear section in front. As I pull the trigger, you'll see all the material spin around, and we can see just how full this one here is well. Now what I like about this one here is that it comes with the extension. So if I do have a larger area to clean, I can pop on that extension nice and easy, and then I can clean up this whole area here. So there you have it, guys. That's Milwaukee's M18 compact vacuum cleaner done and dusted. Overall, I'm very happy with the unit. It's got a decent amount of suction. The most impressive thing was the size of the inlet. That made a huge difference. I was able to suck up that bigger debris with no problems. The only issue I've got is with these attachments, and it's not the attachments themselves, it's where am I going to store them. I've got absolutely nowhere to store them. They're going to be sitting loose somewhere, so it would have been nice if I could have stored them on the unit somewhere, or if they came with something separate so that I can keep them all together. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching. Bill's out too.